Hey guys, welcome back. And we're back again with another interesting topic for you. In this video, we're going to create a currency converter app, and we'll be using a free API that is provided by CurrencyLayer. You can find the link currencylayer.com and sign up and get a free API key for yourself. So I won't be going through this website right now because I have already got my API key. This is very easy. You can do it by yourself. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Let's start with some HTML. I will call it currency converter app. All right. And for the design purpose, I'll be using Bootstrap and Font Awesome. So let me include them here. So I've included Bootstrap and Font Awesome. Now I can use the classes provided by them. So let's create a container here. And inside it, let's give it a row with justify content center. Let's go with cool MD8, cool LG6. It will have a card inside it with border 0, rounded 4. I'll give it a glass card so that I can add more CSS to it. Glow over scale. The card will have a card body. And it will have a div with class text center probably, margin bottom of 5. And let me create some text over here inside it. In H1, display full probably, text primary, so to make it blue, font weight bold, margin button 2. And it will say currency, or what I can say, I can say exchange rates. Oh, just say exchange. Let's see. Okay, not bad. Let me make use of the font awesome classes. FAS, FA, Globe, Americas. Should work, I think. Okay. And margin end 2. Okay. What if I use just the globe? Oh, this one's better. Let me see. Why do I have a lot of Americas over here? Oh, I have not closed the I tag. That's why. Now it's good. Now let's move on to the next section then. Or before moving, let's do one thing. Let's add some class to it. Mean vertical height 100, display flex, align items center, padding Y 5. Okay. Then container is fine. This is fine. This is good. This is good for card body. Padding of 4, padding LG 5. Okay. Let me add background color to the body. For the body, I'll add background radial gradient, circle at top right, 1A, 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 and then 0, 0, 0. I don't think this matters at all. What if I go with linear gradient? Oh, let me go with 135 degree. Okay, not bad. So after it, what I can do here is I have the title ready. Let me add one paragraph here, which will say real-time currency conversion. Yeah. Let's add one class to it, text muted, and also lead. Okay, this is good. Let's move on to the next section. MB4 position relative. Class input group LG. It will have a span, class input group text, border 0, currency BG, so that I can add background color to it later on, and then text white. So inside this span, I will have the font awesome icon, class equals FA points. And finally, I will need input type equals text, ID equals amount, class equals form control LG, border 0, and shadow none. Similarly, let me add placeholder to it, enter amount. And finally, let's start with the default value of 1. Okay. What next? So let's continue with the other sections, and then we'll add the CSS later on. Let's create a row with gutter 4, margin bottom 4. Inside row, there will be col 6 probably, and it will have select ID equals from currency, class equals from select LG, border 0. Option by default, just say loading, because I'll be getting the list of currencies from the API later on, which makes perfect sense. And the next one would be to currency. Everything will be same. Okay, this is good. And let's add a button now. Button ID equals convert button, class equals button LG with 100, margin button 4, text white. What next? Currency BG and hover scale. It will also have an icon over here, FA exchange ALT, margin and 2, convert. Okay, we have 2 select boxes and 1 button over here. We are yet to add CSS to this button, but let me finish with my HTML first. Result class equals padding of 4, rounded 4, text center, D none, it will be display none, position relative, overflow hidden. This is for the result, so it will have h3 and a paragraph tag. S3 will have class conversion result, margin button 2, font weight bold. For paragraph, the class would be text muted, margin button 0 small, and updated update it, probably a span here. Nice. And ID will be update time. Great. This will be updated after the API call. So if there is some error, and let's go with the loading first. So ID equals loading, class equals text center, D none, class equals spinner, border, text primary, probably role equals status. This is for the loading. And finally, for the error, ID equals error, class equals alert, alert danger, D none. Okay, so we should be good with the HTML part. Now let's add some CSS. Let's start with class card. Background would be 255, 255 with opacity 0.8. Okay, not bad. What next? Let's go with currency BZ. Background of linear gradient 120 degree. Let's go with some colors then. 6B73FF and followed by 000TFF. This will be 100% and this will be 0%. Let's see. Okay, not bad. Let's add more here. For the glow, box shadow 0030px RGBA 107 115 255 0.3. Okay, we might not see this because of the background. Doesn't matter. And for the hover scale, transform scale 1.02, and transition transform 0.3 second is. So we need to make it better now. Let's see from the first. This should be good. Container, justify content center. This is okay. Card, border, rounded, class card, glow, hover scale. Card body is fine. Text center, margin bottom 5, H1. This is okay. Text muted, fine. For the form elements, input group LG. Inside it, I'll have span. Span, okay. So the problem is I need to make it close over here. Let's see now. Okay, this is the exact thing that I wanted. So we are ready with the design now. Let's go and call the API now. Great. So let's create our JavaScript section. But before doing it, I need to make sure that I have included jQuery over here, because I'll be making use of jQuery. Let me include, I think I remember this one. Let's see, libs jQuery, probably 3.7.1, jQuery .mean.cs. Okay, so I've included the jQuery, and now I need to write the JavaScript. So let's go with the. Okay, so first I need to get the list of the currencies that I can use here. So the API URL would be https api.currencyLayer. So you can go here and find the documentation over here, where you can find all the documentation. See, so what I can do, I can copy this one and then paste it over here. Oh, what did I do? I wanted to paste it over here. Not the live, but I want the, I guess it's the list, to get the list of the API keys. Oh, sorry, to get the list of the currencies. So I need to make use of API key, access key equals, I'll call it API key. This will be my API URL, but I need to define it. So let me define it this way. API key const API key equals something, right? And it will also be const. So I have the API key. Let me use my API key. You will replace this with your API key and it will start working. Perfect. So let me do a request to it. So I'll make a request to the API URL. And after I get the response data, I will do this thing. So if data dot success, if the API call is success, I'll create the options equals object dot entries data dot currencies. Let me map it over here. Dot map with the code and name. And I'll create the options like option. Okay, let me give some space to it so that I can add it over here. So this will be name and the value would be dollar code. Makes sense. And finally do the join. So I've created the options. Now what I need to do, I need to update the from currency. It will be options. Okay, let me do it later on. Let's go with, so I need to do it currently. Let's do from currency, from currency that value would be not value. First I need to make append all the options to it. Let's not check about the value currently. And to currency would also be the same thing. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works perfectly. But what I need to make sure that I should not be able to convert from the same currency to the same currency. That doesn't make sense at all. So let me do one trick over here. What I will do is I'll change the value to USD for the from currency, while the value for to currency would be euro. Let's see. Yeah, so it makes some sense. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to track the event of this click. Maybe I did something wrong over there. Yeah, this is extra one. Now it looks good. So I need to catch the event of that button click. So how can I do it? Well, let's go with currency button. What is the ID? Convert button. Convert button dot on click equal, I'll call a function. Perfect. And inside it, let's get the required fields. So const amount. Amount would be dollar amount dot value. Similarly, let's go with from currency and to currency. So from currency and to currency. So I have the three fields that I require. Now let me show the loading icon. So loading dot remove class denote. Let's see if it works. If I say convert, yeah, I'm seeing the loading one. Perfect. Then result dot add class denote. Let's hide the result that is currently over there. Then current convert button dot attribute, prop disabled true. I need to make it disabled so that we won't be able to click it again until the result comes out. Perfect. Now the actual API call. So $.get. So I need to make the API call again. It should be the same thing, but it won't be a list. It will be convert. And I'll need to pass more things to it. And from equals from and 2 equals 2. Great. This will be my API URL. And after it is done, I'll get a data and I'll work on that data. So once again, if data.success, then result will be, so I need to do some parsing over here. Let's make a format. Okay. So what I will do here is amount plus, okay, let's go with the literal. So amount, then currency from equals the result, right? And the result would be data.result. And this is a variable. So data.result and then 2. Perfect. It means the amount that the user entered and the currency from which we are converting and the result. Okay, this looks good. Now let me update it. Conversion result dot html, or let's go with text with result, and also change the update time. So the update time dot text will be new date dot to local string. This should work. Now I need to show the result dot remove class t9. Okay, and if it is not success, throw new error. Data.error.info. This will be provided by the API. Then if the API request fail, then I'll have an error. Let me work on it. Error dot text. It will be error dot message dot remove class dnone. I have to show the error div. Perfect. And finally, always, even if it fails or it succeeds, I will call this block. I will hide the loading dot add class dnone, and I will enable the button again. Disabled would be false. Okay, let's see if it works. Let's go with probably 100 USD, means how much euro? So there might be some error here. Okay, there is some error. Let's see. Okay, maybe the API is giving me some error. Okay, you have not specified the amounts. Oh, what I missed here is, see, I passed the API key, I asked the API to convert it from this currency to this currency, but I didn't actually specify the amount. So amount would be amount. It should work now. Let's see. See, 1 USD means 0.96 euro. Let's try with 100 USD. Means 96. So I want to change it to, I don't know, Chinese. So 100 USD means 728 Chinese yuan. What about Indian rupees? So 100 USD means 8,000, around 8,000 INR. Perfect. So this is working perfectly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You already know that there is a link in the video description from where you can access all of these source codes. And you also know that you need to get an API key. This is the link. I provided this link in the description below as well. You can go there and sign up and get your API key and then start using it instantly. So please don't forget to subscribe us for more useful and interesting videos like this. This much for today. Cheers, guys.